Sony's recent State of Play event delivered updates on over 20 games and some highly anticipated new announcements. In this 30-minute showcase, we saw plenty of thrilling reveals. Let's dive into all the details in this video. First up, let's discuss the most significant announcement from the State of Play, what many are calling the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. However, it's titled Ghost of Yute. The game introduces a new protagonist, Asu, and the character trailer reveals that the story unfolds in 1603, 300 years after the original game. Players will have the chance to explore the iconic regions around Mount Tei in Japan. Sony's CEO also hinted at exciting plans to expand this franchise into TV shows and spin-offs, broadening its reach. The trailer is visually stunning and excitement is already building. Ghost of Yute is set to launch in 2025, with a confirmed release date likely coming in future trailers. Next, we have the official confirmation of a remastered version of Horizon Zero Dawn for PS5. If you already own the PS4 version, you can upgrade to the PS5 version for just $10. The remaster will be available on October 31st. Moving on, the official release date for Monster Hunter Wilds has been revealed, February 28, 2025. It will be available on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. For those unfamiliar, it's an open-world action RPG set in a fantasy realm filled with various monsters to tame and battle. Similar to its predecessor, players can create custom characters, allowing for a unique warrior appearance. The trailer also showcased new monsters and exciting gameplay mechanics. Now, let's talk about Astro Bot, the highest-rated game of the year. It's getting a free speedrun and special boss DLC set to arrive in late 2024. In this charming adventure, you control a little robot, and the new DLC will include 5 online speedrun levels and 10 rescue bot missions. This PS5 exclusive has been a massive hit with gamers and streamers thanks to its stunning visuals and exhilarating gameplay. Next up, Hitman 3 VR Reloaded is scheduled for a December release on PSVR 2. It features dual wielding and hand gestures, along with various optimizations and fixes. You'll experience the same storyline, but with a closer view of your brutal takedowns. We also received news about Alan Wake 2's upcoming DLC expansion, Lake House, set to launch in October 2024 for PS5 and Xbox Series X. This second DLC continues Alan Wake's story, adding more depth to the narrative. In accessory news, new colors for the PS5 controller have been announced. Additionally, a new skin set called the Chroma Collection will be available, with pre-orders starting in October 2024. Sony's PS5 Pro is on track to feature numerous upcoming titles, including Dragon Age, Wheel of the Guard, Assassin's Creed, Shadows, The Crew, Motorfest, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Stellar Blade, Star Wars Jedi, Survivor, Metal Gear, Solid, Delta, and more. The game Pale World has finally launched for PS5, but its release has been delayed in Japan due to legal disputes with Nintendo. For those outside Japan, you can already buy and play the PS5 version. Next, the VR game Metro. Awakening is confirmed for a November 7th, 2024 release. This story-driven first-person adventure is available on MetaQuest and other PC VR platforms based on the famous Metro series and features exploration, stealth, and combat. Now, here's a big one. Beloved actor Keanu Reeves will voice the character Shadow in the Sonic X Shadow Generation DLC. He will also reprise his role as Shadow in the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie. The DLC is set to be released 8 days before the movie hits theaters. For those unaware, Shadow is a significant anti-hero in the Sonic franchise. Next, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shredder's Revenge is getting a new free DLC titled Radical Reptiles. This popular fighting game, inspired by the TMNT cartoon, retains that nostalgic old-school graphic style. The new DLC introduces new characters, a remixed soundtrack, and additional features. You can download it now. In a unique twist, Moonhood has announced a new Claymotion-style game called The Midnight Walk. What sets this game apart is that all assets and objects were crafted from clay in real life, then scanned in 3D and incorporated into the game. This means all the houses, sculptures, and even the monsters you encounter were actually made from clay. The developers have shared the backstory behind it, and you can find more information on their blog. We also got a glimpse of the new gameplay trailer for Hell Is Us, an upcoming Souls-like horror game being developed by Rogue Factor. It offers an open world without any maps or indicators, making it feel like a more realistic environment where you must figure everything out for yourself. Finally, Fear the Spotlight has released a new trailer. This PS1-inspired horror game explores the story of Vivian and Army, who encounter various paranormal activities. Developed by the indie studio Cozy Game Pals, which consists of just 2 members, the game aims to evoke nostalgia from the PS1 era. Its graphics definitely capture that classic vibe, and we're hoping for equally impressive gameplay. It's set to release on PS5 on October 22nd, 2024. The The Lunar games are being remastered and will be available as a collection in spring 2025. This remaster will feature updated HD visuals and widescreen support, and it will be available on all platforms. Legacy of Kain: Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered is scheduled for release in December 2024. Dynasty Warriors Origins promises intense combat, where players face off against hundreds of enemies at once, often more than 1,000. Set in the mid-era, this hack-and-slash game is set to launch on January 17, 2025. Lastly, an early access version of a city-building game is set to launch in November 2024. Players will assume the roles of tribe members returning to their destroyed homeland after 50 years, tasked with rebuilding it from the ground up. Developed by a studio called Dreamlit, this is their first project. The game looks charming, but as it's in early access, some issues are to be expected. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Lagging Times channel. I'll see you in the next video, where the news might be a bit behind, but it's always worth the wait.